Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're having an amazing day. For today's video, we are simply going to be learning that last portion of the brand new guitar riff called White Dog, courtesy of Your Guitar Academy. So let's jump right in. Now for this part, we are going to start with our first finger on the 7th fret of that low E string. So we'll pluck that. Then we're going to take our ring finger and move down to the 9th fret of that D string. We'll pluck that. Then we're going to move to the 7th fret of that D string. We'll pluck that. Then we'll move up to the 9th fret of that A string. We'll pluck that with our ring finger. Then we'll move back down to the 7th fret of that D string, and we're going to pluck and slide it to the 9th fret of that D string. So we'll do. So all together, that should sound like this. Sorry. Let's try that again. So it should go like this. There you go. Now, we are actually going to be repeating that sequence for this next part, only this time we're going to add on our G7 and our D9 instead of that D7 to D9 slide. So it should go like this. So it'll be the 7th fret of the low E, 9th fret of the D, 7th fret of the D, 9th fret of the A. Then we'll move down to the 7th fret of the G string. We'll pluck that. Then we're going to pluck the 9th fret of that D string again. So that part should sound like this. There we go. My apologies for how slow I'm moving. I am still trying to learn this, so bear with me. Now, let's try to put those two parts together. So it should sound like this. Now, we are going to move on to this very last part. Now, this one is a bit tricky because it has a lot of hammer-ons, but we'll simply be repeating that same sequence we just did 2 times over. So we'll do that low E 7th fret, we'll do that D9, D7, A9, D7 to D9. Then we're going to hammer on from D7 to D9. Next, we are going to hammer on D4 to D7. So that means we'll use our first finger and our pinky this time. Now we're going to move up and hammer on our D2 to D4. So we'll be moving back to that ring finger. Then we're going to strum an open string for that D, but we'll hammer on the 2nd fret. There we go. And then we'll move to our A. Now, I think this is called a bend. I'm not sure, but we're going to pluck that A, but we aren't going to let it ring out. So it should be like this. There we go. Now, I'm not doing this quite right, but it should sound something like that. There we go. Now, let's try to put all of those portions together. So we'll start on that E7. Oh, that slide was really weak. I'm going to try that again. Some string interference there. Let's try that hammer on again. Oh, there we go. That's that D4 to D7 hammer on. All right, let's try that 2 to 4. I keep hitting the strings below it. Not too shabby. Now remember that open D and that A. There we go. So that is our second part of White Dog. I do intend to put both portions together over a drum beat, of course, but I appreciate you guys learning this new guitar riff with me. You are the absolute best, and until next time, bye.